Alright, BobalosRex here, and today we're doing a bonus guide. And it's my ultimate, the War Within Prepatch, alt and solo player gearing guide. Basically for Season 4, but let's get to it. We're talking everything. So, step 1, go to Dalaran. Alright? Step 1, head to Legion Dalaran. Alright, you may be like, what? I know, it's surprising. Gearing in the War Within Prepatch involves going to Legion Dalaran. Alright, then you're going to head into the middle. We're going through the whole step by step. Okay? And this is how you do it. Now, for reference, this shaman was a fresh 70, 478 in like less than 3 hours. My play's messed up now. I had to refilm this. So, you're going to head here. You may see some quests, yada yada yada. The quests in here don't actually matter. You can grab them though and do whatever. Okay? But, we're going to head into the Radiant Echo event. Alright? You can see my full guide explaining this. I'm just going to give you the cliff notes. Okay? So we're going to head into this event. And what we're going to do is we're going to grab the daily, which may or may not be up for your character. So, if you've already done it in your account, you may not have this quest available. Okay? And that's why I'm going to be very frugal with the amount of residual memories I'm bringing. Hopefully this will load quick. Okay? So, this would be the daily here. The daily is going to be in front of you wherever you go. Alright? Next up, you're going to see this event. Now, you're going to see these memories. The memories are going to... You're going to want to do them. And then when that bar's done, the big boss is going to spawn. I guess this is perfect timing. I'd want to head over to the boss. Alright? And do the boss. Okay? Once a week. Alright? And then you'll get a cash. Okay? The first time a week on your tune. If no matter what level you are. So if you do this while leveling. Thing. So, and that cash will give you a champion piece. Okay? As well as the possibility of some Warbound loot. Alright? Alright, now this boss is going to take possibly, maybe not too long for me. But it's going to give you some warband loot. Okay, and that could be for your spec or could not be for your spec. But you want to hit up this boss once. Now, that's step 1. Step 1 is the residual memory, the Radiant Echo farm. Now, step 2 is we're going to the Dragon Isles. Dang it. Step 2 is head back to the Dragon Isles. Alright? Now, I would normally go turn in the quest, yada yada yada. I'm not doing this. Come on. Alright, I'm free. So, step 2, head to the Dragon Isles. Alright? Now, you may know there's a vendor there. We're going to ignore the vendor. Vendors for last. That's another step. Alright, so now that we're back in the Dragon Isles, okay, you want to head to Therazol. Okay? Step 2 is the Dragon Isle Weekly. Now, this week for me, it was Zarlek Caverns again. It's going to tell you to do a couple of the Dragonflight events, but listen up. We're doing every Dragonflight event. Okay? We're going to be doing every single Dragonflight event. So let's go over them all. Alright? We go in big mode. So we got the Time Rift in the center of Thaldraszus. Okay? It's on the top of the hour. You kill some stuff for the first part. First part don't freaking matter. You can grab the weekly. It's account-wide though. That doesn't really matter either. What matters is going in the portal. Now that happens at like the 10-minute mark, the 9-minute mark, off the top of the hour. Like, well, it wouldn't be the top of the hour, but that's when it happens. You go in the portal, kill the boss, get your cache of embers. because what all these Dragonflight events do is they give you a box, a cache of whatever the frick it was during that season. So cache of storms, cache of embers, cache of dreams, okay? And remember, you have the weekly. The weekly here is going to give you a champion piece, okay? For me, it gave me a 502 staff, okay? And bullions, okay? More on those later, okay? So you hit up the Time Rift, hit up the Dream Surge if it's in this zone. The Dream Surge rotates, okay? But you want to hit up the Dream Surge. You grab the weekly quest to get 100. You fly around, get the orbs. That's what I do, okay? And then you're going to get another item that you use for a vendor from both of these events. Vendors at the end. Okay, we're getting the RNG pieces first. Okay, next up, hit up the Anaran Plains. The Feast. Hit it up when it's up. It's every 90 minutes. You grab the little quest from the little guy. You do your 5 little things. Turn it in. Get your Cache of the Storms. Bada boom. There is another event in the future down over here. Don't worry about it. If the world boss is up there, then you can worry about that event if it's up. Otherwise, don't bother, okay? Mentioning world bosses, wherever the world boss is, you'll want to hit them up. All 3. Zarlet Caverns 1, Emerald Dream 1, and the Dragon Isles 1. Make sure to hit them up. Barak Assault, wherever it is, make sure you get your open your box for the week. You can also kill the dragon, get some loot from that. Now, the character I was gearing was in Shadowlands gear, okay? Only the box stuff is going to give you the 480s, okay? Only stuff from the boxes will be 480. Some of the events will give you lower level gear that may work, okay? So just upgrade as you go, depending on how undergeared you are. Alright, another thing that may be up around the Dragon Isles is the Grand Hunt. Wherever it's at, it rotates around. You just roll into the zone. You'll see the little horn move around, or it'll be in a certain spot in the zone. You go there, you do the hunt. Bada boom. Right? You have Dragonbane Keep. It's every 2 hours. Okay? It's up right now. On every odd hour, it seems. Alright? It says it's active. But just pay attention. Should be every 2 hours. So for East Coast, it's the odd hour. Alright? According to my calculations. But you can also check Wowhead. I think they track it too. So there's that. But you can hit up Dragonbane Keep. Not that I recommend it, but it's there. Alright? Next up, head into Zarlet Caverns. Make sure you grab the rep quest from Loam and do Researchers Under Fire. Researchers Under Fire is at the half-hour mark of every hour. So if it says 30 minutes, if it says 1:30, Researchers Under Fire is up. If it says 2:30, Researchers Under Fire is up. Every hour on the 30-minute mark, Researchers Fire is under up. There's a bunch of achievements. You do a couple of little events. It's like a little mini scenario. Bada boom, you get loot. Other people can do it for you, just like the hunts. Next up, you want to hit the world boss up in the Zarlet Caverns. Remember, world bosses can drop champion pieces, but they also drop a box, a 480 box. So make sure you hit up the world bosses. Next up, we're going to the Dream. Super Bloom, top of the hour. I was able to hit up the Time Rift, then take the portal to the Super Bloom, finish the Super Bloom. Okay, you get the quest from the lady next to the tree. Do the Super Bloom, it's a little event. Follow the tree, help him out, turn in the box, get a 480 box. Alright? Seed Blooms. Grab the quest from Emir Drasil, plant 3 seeds around the zone, get a 480 box. World Boss. Kill him, get a 480 box, maybe some good loot. Druids. There's a transformation he drops. Alright. Okay? So, that's the tour of the islands. Okay? All that done. You come here. You turn in. get your champion piece. Okay? Next up, step 3, vendors. Okay? Listen up. I'm not going to all these vendors. There's a vendor here at the Time Rift. They sell lower level, like 457 trinkets, 467, I think, other things for the canisters. Didn't use it, but you should hit them up first if you want to fill any slots. Next up, Dream Surge vendor. One, you can buy a piece for 100 coalescence. That's going to be the 470 level kind of stuff. The 454. The 454 kind of stuff. Alright? But the other vendor has 467 pieces. Dreambound stuff. So you can hit those up. Fill in a couple slots. Because when you're doing the island tour, you're going to be getting random slots, you know. Not every slot is going to be filled. With the vendors, you're filling in your missing slots. Okay? That's how it works, basically. Do the RNG stuff, then you go to the vendors. Then the final vendor will be the residual vendor back in Dalaran. I would hit my Dalaran Hearthstone if it was up. So just imagine I'm in Dalaran and I'm at the vendor where everything's like 2k to 8k residual memories. From there, I'll use whatever residual memories I farmed up doing that boss or whatever. You know, I got like 1,000 here from just doing that little bit. Or no, I actually had this left over. I only spent 4k, by the way, and I bought jewelry. So I didn't even get transmog. Okay, but I got 478 only buying 2 pieces. You'd go to that vendor and spend all your residual memories. And if you want to keep gearing, okay, if I wanted to keep gearing for the week, I would just farm residual memories, okay, and just fill in all the slots that aren't 480, okay? So that's what you can do. Just farm the pre-patch event after this, after the little tour, because I do think the tour that I took you through is faster. But then, when you're trying to finish, just farm Radiant Echoes, okay? Like I mentioned in the beginning, I have another thing about that. Okay? Now, after you do whatever you're going to do with Radiant Echoes, you want to head back to the Dragon Isles. Because we got... Or you may want to do this first, but you got your bullion. Your bullion can be used to get any cool, fancy raid loot you want. You got a fancy neck here. You got some cool trinkets, some cool weapons. You know, look up your best in slot and get some fancy raid loot, you know, from all the different raids, okay, with your bullions. Okay? You can also spend your bullions for some transmog or a Jigglesworth Senior. If you miss Shadowlands, you can get this pet. Not pet, this mount. Alright? So, use your bullion. I haven't used my bullion yet. I'm going to look up what's best. Okay? Now, after you did all that, you're going to have a bunch of pieces that need upgrading. Okay? You know, there's plenty of ways to get flight stones. There's plenty of way to get whelp's crests. Alright? You may be wanting to... Your main thing is going to be Drake's Quest, but Drake's Quest you'll get a lot from what I'm doing here. And then you can upgrade... Oh, you can't. I can't yet. I gotta gear up more. But what I would do here is start upgrading my veteran pieces, okay? So I get them all to 489. Once I get them all to 489, I can start bumping up my crests, okay? But again, you mainly want to get the 2 champion pieces I mentioned. Okay, the 2 champion pieces are the Radiant Echo Boss once a week and the Last Hurrah once a week, okay? Now, the other thing to go along with upgrading is tier conversion, okay? Now we're heading over. I'm showing off where you can convert stuff to tier. There may be some returning people that haven't been to Shadowlands. So there's a place where you can turn loot into gear. Or into tier pieces, okay? Now this is the catalyst. It's right up here. In tier holds. Alright, I flew on over from the city. Now this allows me to convert all these items to tier pieces to get me my tier set. So, make sure you do that, and then you upgrade. Convert, and then upgrade. Because you get more transmog that way, okay? Make sure that's the order. Okay? And then last thing, step 5 is crafting. Okay? I have a whole video on work orders. But if you wanted to, you, with the weekly events I did, okay, I would get a material. You also get some bad ones, so just pay attention to what it says. So this one says Season 4. So Splintered Spark of Awakening. You'll get Splintered Sparks of Shadow Flame or whatever and Dreams. Those don't matter. Splintered Sparks of Awakening do. So you can use this piece, okay, combine this, use the Flight Stones. I'm not going to use it yet. Actually, I will. And then I can go place a work order back in Valdrakken, see my whole work order video on that, and have myself some crafted gear. Okay, so let's look at jewel crafting, for example. This is one I do a lot because I can make this super easy. But there's this ring. You can get it crafted using the Spark of Awakening to get you a 489 piece base. 502 if you perfect craft it, which my crafter can. Okay, now you put in the work order, craft it for yourself, or put in the work order and just tip, and someone can craft it for you, and you'll probably get a 502, but you'll at least get a 489, okay? You don't necessarily need the materials, but, you know, if you're not going to tip, put in the materials, alright? But you should tip. But yeah, crafting. Crafting is the last little bit. Look up what's best for you, or just make some jewelry like I do. And that's it. That's my gearing. That's what I do. Alright, and then like I said, I just wait for the weekly, get 2 champion pieces, and then just start upgrading everything. You know, I was unlocking this tier for Shaman. I would get on another class and start unlocking that tier. And there you go. Thank you for watching as always. Here, I'll recap it real quick. Step 1, Radiant Echoes. Step 2, Dragonflight Weekly. Or, Step 1, Radiant Echo Boss. Step 2, Dragonflight Weeklies. Step 3, Vendors, or continue farming Radiant Echoes. And then use that vendor. Okay? Step 4, convert and upgrade your gear. Step 5, crafting if you want. Alright? Thank you for watching. I'll see y'all next time. Bye-bye.